My second paper topic on virtual reality. What is virtual reality? Virtual reality comes from one desire to make the online world a reality. The two terms mean different things. Virtual, which means something new, and reality, which is something human beings experience. Putting these terms together basically means near reality. As the online world gets closer to what one may experience in reality, it becomes hard to separate the two. Virtual reality uses the human body's five senses taste, touch, smell, sight, and hearing to make a new reality separate from the one we live in every day. Although it can replicate some of the senses that like taste and touch, it has a hard time replicating the sense of balance, as if you take away one's hearing or sight, balance becomes hard on its own, let alone adding a new environment. In the technological terms, virtual reality is used to describe a computer-generated environment that is, in a sense, 3D and can be explored by a person. Virtual reality's history. Virtual reality has a long history that starts in the 19th century, late 19th century, with paintings that were murals that was 360. One person will walk in a room with a picture 360 around them that may have flowers or a sound box to use to throw up the person's normal senses and to show or give them the sense that they are someplace else. Then, in 1929, Edwin Lynx created the Link Trainer. This was a commercial flight simulator like the one used by the military. It had the user looking at monitors that was linked to steering and other buttons that was used for the flight simulator area. Then in the late 1980s, the term virtual programming lab was coined to the popular term we know as today as virtual reality. Thanks to corporations like Data Club and iPhone, the first virtual reality goggles were developed. Then, in 1989, NASA decided to get involved in virtual reality to train their astronauts like many of the U.S. Air Force pilots have done over the years. Then, in 1991, virtual reality made its way into arcades, being the first time virtual reality has been made public to everyone. Then, and we take a step back to the 90s, VCR made many different versions. It was made by different companies like Sega and Nintendo. Then, although not in the real world or as the sense we know today, we see virtual reality as its finest in the Matrix, was human beings was using fully functioning diving gill to experience virtual reality, or reality that seemed more real to them than the one outside. Then, at the turn of the millennia, Google made their Street View, and although it wasn't used by goggles or with controllers, it gave the sense that someone could travel anywhere in the world, and is now being used with goggles and controls and treadmills even to walk around the world in the comfort of your home. Then in the late 2010s, the virtual reality hit the point we know it as today, with many different companies like Xbox or PlayStation making their versions of VR for the first time, which made it rapidly available to the public in the comfort of their own home. Future of VCR. People may choose to live their lives in VR one day. With many different companies coming up with their own versions of VR products, one can say that it will be everywhere in the future. Although there are still many problems one needs to fix, like the motion sickness. Because when you put on goggles and walk around with a different environment than the one you were walking around with, this can cause you to feel dizzy and lose your balance. However, with the future, we may experience more VR systems capable of producing better sound, sight, smell, touch, and even maybe taste in the future. It may come close to experiencing what we may experience in the world. And hopefully we get to experience a full dive technology like the one in the Matrix. However, without the bad outcome that planet faced in the movie.